Petrol Ped. You know my motto, if it's not raining the roof's down. Well, first things first, today is bloody freezing. It's pretty much snowing. It's very cold, but I've got the roof down for a reason. So today I'm going to be doing a film that's been requested. It was part of the Q&A, actually, one of the questions. Someone said, look, we saw your 5 things I love about Ruby Roadster video. Why don't you do a 5 things I hate about Ruby Roadster? And I thought, well, okay, may as well. So, my problem was finding 5 things, because I love this car to bits. Absolutely love it. However, I thought things through and I have managed to come up with 5 things I hate about Ruby Roadster. So, here we go. We'll go through them one at a time. So the reason I'm out driving with the roof down is for the first couple. So the very first thing, and it's a really annoying thing, these are all first world problems by the way. The very first thing is on the passenger seat over there. The seat belt, if you aren't careful where you put the seat belt, if it is like it is at the moment, it rattles against the bulkhead and it drives me insane. So it's quite an easy fix. You basically just take the seat belt and you put it in front like that, and that solves the problem. But it's just really, really annoying. So number 1, the seat belt rattling. I love driving in these conditions because you get lots of wheel spin. Okay, number 2, the second thing I don't like about Ruby Roadster, and I've mentioned this in previous videos before, is, and it's not just Ruby, it's all Minis, the lack of a temperature gauge. So there's no visible temperature gauge, so you never know when the engine gets up to temperature, and I'm really kind of anal about not ragging a car until all the fluids and all the oils are warm. And you don't really know with this car. You just have to guess or play it safe and wait for, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles. The normal giveaway actually with this car is as soon as the exhaust starts to pop and bang, you know you're up to temperature and you can give it the beans. But second thing, lack of temperature gauge. Yeah. I think we keep the traction control on today. So, the next thing, number 3, is, now I don't know whether this is specific to my car or whether this is just a Mini Roadster thing in general, but my seat moves. Only a little bit. It's just, and I can't show it on camera, but under braking sometimes I just feel like the back of the seat's moving. And it's really, really annoying. I've had a look at adjustments and so on, but I can't seem to see how I can fix that. So yeah, the third thing is I just get a little bit of moving, if I can, it's just doing it there. If I'm just moving forward and backwards, just the back of the seat moves a little bit, and that winds me up. It's not really related to 5 things I hate about Ruby, but I've just pulled into this lay-by to change some cameras over, and it's really nice and quiet and safe. And it just reminds me, when I was first had my first car, my Fiesta, me and my mates used to go out and drive out to this lay-by and practice handbrake turns. I haven't done a handbrake turn in years, so I thought I'd give it a go. So this could go terribly, massively wrong, but let's see what the handbrake's like on Ruby Roadster. Oh, well, happy with that. Brilliant, childish fun. So, I think it's time to head back to the barn for the final couple of things that I don't like about Ruby Roadster. It's so slippy today. I'd just like to report also the double steam wind deflectors are still working brilliantly. If you haven't seen my video about those, then I'll put a clip up there and go and have a look. But yeah, they're working really well, especially on a cold day like today, because it is really cold. Okay, so we are back at the barn, and I put the roof up because the 4th thing I hate about this car is all to do with the mechanical roof. So I've combined about 3 or 4 things into the same thing I hate, really. So the first thing is, in order to drop the roof, you've got to twist this latch, push the roof up, and then you can hold the button and the roof comes down, the windows come down, that's all good. Yeah, once it's latched, you get a thing to say it's latched, the windows come up. Perfect, nothing wrong with that. So, apart from the big latch, the big issue I have is putting the roof up. So, first things first, you've got the button up here, quite like that, it's a bit like a kind of helicopter I suppose, but you kind of do that. Now, the windows drop a little bit, the roof comes up, okay, I now have to deal with this latch again and do that. The roof's up, but the windows aren't. There's like 1.5 to 2 inches, and that does my head in. So what I have to do now, as a separate movement, is go down here to the window controls, put both windows up, and now I am, you know, all sorted. And that just does my head in. Surely they could have thought of a better solution than that. And the final thing is, why are the window controls there and not on the doors? Anyway, so that's the fourth thing. All of those things combined. Fourth thing I hate about this car is the roof mechanism. I think it could have been done much better. Okay, it brings me to the final thing, the fifth thing I hate about my car, and that is the weight of this tailgate. I mean, it's tiny, but when it's a good old lift up. I mean, huge boot, don't get me wrong, massively practical, but then the weight it takes to pull it down to close, I don't like that. That's the fifth thing, the weight of the tailgate. Okay guys, that brings me to the end of this short film about the 5 things I hate about my Mini. I found it quite hard making this film because I don't really hate very much about this car. I love her to bits. She's really dirty now though. That handbrake turn probably wasn't such a good idea. Might need to be getting the jet wash out. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this film. If you have done so, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. Anyway, I'll see you in the next film, guys. You take care. Drive safe.